That's a good point. What's your algo look like?
We don't need to talk about that. But it's bad.
It's bad.
I have a rule that once I get to Down syndrome people doing stuff, I'm out. I've been on it. Like it degrades while I watch it.
That'd be better.
So
for
it'll
me.
start.
I wish I had that.
It'll start with like probably like a gun related thing or boobs. And then it'll get a little anti-Semitic, and then
and you're like, "This is good."
It starts. That's when I know I'm peaking.
Yeah, that's when you're like, "This is cool."
It'll get racist, but it's like funny racist.
Sure.
And then it gets funny anti-Semitic, and then we're like getting like AI translated Hitler speeches.
That's
and
hilarious.
then I go, okay, back down, and then I get like a guy with Down syndrome doing like the Stone Cold Steve Austin beer smash, but with glass bottles in a pool.
That's
and I'm
I think I've seen that.
We need to reset.
But that's funny. That's funny and wholesome.
It gets back to funny and wholesome, but it's the fact that it's about someone with Down syndrome where I'm like, okay, the algorithm is really gearing me towards laughing at just people with disabilities.
Dude, did I tell you about it? I went to the cellar on Monday and Andrew Schultz was basically just doing that, just pretending to be retarded. And I was like, okay. And it was crushing. It was crushing. And Devesh and I were there and we were kind of like, okay, this is interesting. We were kind of shocked that he was getting away with it without people getting mad. Two, that people were laughing. I was like we weren't upset, but we also weren't like, this is
just
hilarious.
Wasn't like
it just funny. Was like, you're just pretending to. I mean, this is like third grade humor,
right?
This is like, you impersonated someone with Down syndrome. That's not.
It's just hacky,
creative, but it did do well. So
that's one of the most alienating experiences with comedy is watching something kill and not getting it at all.
Dude,
where you're just like, am I out of my mind?
Dude, one time another time I was at the cellar with two other comics and a comic went up. Literally the hardest crush I've seen in my life.
Marcelo?
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't going to say his name. But Marcelo, hardest crush I've seen in my life.
Yeah, he murders.
Me and the two comics were like, what is going on right now? We didn't laugh at a single thing he said and everyone else was like, bah!
Did you watch Mind of Mencia as a kid?
No, what's that?
It's about Carlos Mencia's like sketch show.
Okay.
It's that's what I think of when I watch Marcelo, and I get it. Like I think he's very funny. He's
great,
fully
performer.
Committed. Yeah,
such a good performer.
And I think that just does it for way more people than writing, and writing is way more important to comics.
Yeah, is also so funny.
He's like, it's a reason he's on SNL
for sure. And he was doing that. He was doing these characters and like the act out of like him with the accent. And it was so funny because he amps up his accent. David Tell follows him, does amazing. But David Tell will yell at the last comic who is on stage, like he yells at them off stage, and Marcelo's accent was like almost gone, like when he's talking to him in like his real voice, right? And I was like, oh, so what you're doing on stage is like completely amped,
Yeah,
and it's like
that's the game.
I hate that.
Well, yeah, it's not for you.
Yeah, wasn't for us.
But when you're crushing at the Funny Bone, he's gonna be doing Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I should up an Irish accent because I look Irish. Get on stage. Ladies and gents, happy to be here. Joshua Creed.
That would kill.
Right, I just walk up.
That works on me. I like accents. Like in any, it 10 times as any joke. Kevin Bridges is a great writer, but he's also just so funny because he has a thick Scottish accent.
Yeah, the Scottish accent's big. Irish accent's big.
Doesn't matter how eloquent you are with a Scottish accent, you sound blackout drunk. And that's what I like about it.
That is fun.
We've got to be asking these people what the geopolitical stance is of the nation.
That's a good Scottish accent. Most people don't have a good one.
The whole time you're like, this guy's fucking hammered. It's like the Prime Minister.
That's because it sounds like British but drunk.
Yeah,
it sounds like drunk British.
Is.
Yeah, 100%. And how they roll their R's.
Like those Welsh. Have you heard Welsh people?
I have, but I couldn't do a Welsh accent.
Yeah, but I mean, Paddy Pimbleton. There's also a lot of CTE going on there, but that is the drunkest sounding sober man you've ever heard in your entire life. You could be from Delaware.
I wish I had a cool accent. I really don't. I really got nothing.
You have a nice voice, though.
I have a nice voice. I try to use that. This is an interesting thing. Talking about the Louis pod with Dana Carvey. I think I talked about it last time too. He talks about like how he uses his voice on stage, and he talks about how he'll go up and he'll do this, and he talks like that,
Yeah.
and he's like trying to sell it, and he's like, I'm trying not to do that. He's like, I'm just trying to. He goes, I go up with hot tea. I try to talk in my full throated, like open throat voice, and just talk and just be myself on stage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's awesome. I want to do that.
Yeah, but then he adds the inflection later. But that was, I went to...
Sure, no. He like on stage, not like what Chris Rock does, where like he goes up on stage and says everything super deadpan. Like he's just trying not to sell it so hard. He's just trying to say it like he's a person instead of the...
But he's doing that in theaters?
Yeah, he's staying chill in theaters.
We'll see. I'm seeing him in a couple days, so I'll let you know.
Oh, the 20th or whatever?
Yeah.
Man, everyone's going to that.
Sam Lichtenstein's selling tickets if you want to go.
Yeah, I asked him about it. He's selling them 120 each. I was trying to use
Bought him for 60.
Yeah, probably. He probably did. No,
damn it! I can't go to this. Might as well make some money.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I was trying to use a connect of mine to get free tickets, and because they had kind of been like,
someone who knows Louis?
I know a few people know Louis. And
really?
Yeah, that's right. And
I used that same to connect to buy a car that's not going to fucking work in 2 days.
Whoa, cool. You know a Connect who had a cool car. My Connect knows Louis, which is why he could buy a different car and sell you his car.
Yes.
But I was like, he kind of implied like, oh, like months ago, he's like, well, you need tickets. Maybe I can help you. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, man. That'd be cool. And then recently he's like, man, you got to buy tickets. You got to get tickets to go see him.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. All right.
Yeah, you
great.
shouldn't have banked on that.
Yeah, I should not have banked on that. Although they just did a weekend together and he said it went super well. So... Or just did some dates together, like literally last night. So, what's a guy got to do to pressure their friends to pressure the best comedian of all time
to give them 2 tickets?
To give them 2 or not 2, 1. I'm an individual. I'm not going with anybody.
Or you go alone. You don't want to bring a friend?
All my friends are already going.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
There's one person I know that has 2 tickets, and the other person hasn't. I don't think they've given it away yet. But
I mean, hypothetically, if you could in some way, and I really don't think you could, but if you could sabotage my relationship, there'd be a free ticket.
Well, dude, there's another person who's got 1 ticket, and they told me about it months ago, and they said they hadn't given it away yet, but they are also my ex-girlfriend. So I don't know if that could happen. Anyways.
It's worth it.
Yeah. Come on, we're on a good term. It's fine.
No pain, no gain.
It's fine. It wouldn't be romantic to go watch our mutual favorite comedian of all time together. Come on.
Just put like a pillow up between your seats.
Yeah, we start making out. Watching.
Do like a like a mosque type deal.
Yeah,
or a Chabad church,
or like a confessional type vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, well,
that's that.
We're not really rating ourselves anymore.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think it's nice to maybe check in on the general vibe.
General vibe is fine.
Okay.
Yeah. It's so funny. Like the more I read, the more it just becomes like an interesting intellectual pursuit and less of a spiritual thing.
That's interesting.
And but I have my kind of tenant spiritual thing that I do with meetings and stuff and connecting with people, and that's great.
Sure.
Because I'm doing this 90 and 90 thing.
90 and 90. You didn't tell
it's
me.
90 meetings in 90 days.
Oh, cool.
So
every day?
Every day, or like maybe I miss one, so I got to hit 2. Like I'm behind, so I got to hit 2 someday soon.
Nice.
But I've been doing that for over 60 days now.
Oh, what the hell?
And
good for you, man. You didn't even tell me about that.
Yeah, no, I don't trust you with stuff like that.
That's
so I
good.
wanted to keep that one close to the chest.
Smart.
I was afraid you'd betray me with that information.
Just cancel meetings or something. Just stab you in the back.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? Grant's totally doing this healthy thing to help better himself and
I'll
allow him to be better
going.
in relationships to his friends and girlfriend.
Yeah. So that's been really great. And especially during times of trouble, it's been really good to have like this thing that I know that I will go to that at the very, very least gets me out of my head, and at the very highest gets me connected to other people and something bigger than myself.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. How about you?
Like my general vibe has been really good the last couple weeks. Frankly, it's a miracle, a true miracle that I have not masturbated the last 2 days. I mean, truly, I have been.
Oh yeah,
so bored.
Nothing gets you hard like coat season.
Dude, it's warm and you get home and it's dark out early and
Sure.
you're like kind of sleepy and nothing's happening and you're just like, well, I could feel something maybe in my penis, and you're
Right.
like, that would be so nice. And you're
Put
like,
it in a cup of
"Don't-
soup, hot
hey,
soup."
Don't do it. Don't do that. And it's been, and truly, it has been like a miracle in terms of like the difference being like
Miracles are so funny.
the definition of miracle is
Yeah.
so
It's
broad.
so broad that it
It's
can
so
be
broad.
it can be applied to a man resurrecting from the dead.
Yeah,
and
or
to
me
just
not masturbate.
a
Just
30-year-old man not jacking off
just
his
as
dick.
likely. Just as likely.
They are just as
Yeah,
likely.
exactly. Yeah, one's inevitable.
I honestly believe the Christ thing more than that you didn't jack off.
Yeah, I could be lying right now.
You could
Who would
be.
lie about what an absurd thing?
12
about-
people haven't died
Yeah,
saying that you never jacked off.
That's
So I need more proof.
that's totally true. Yeah, someone got crucified upside down, advocating that I didn't jack off in the last 2 days.
Upside down.
That's Peter.
Oh, he got crucified upside down.
That's how tradition
Is that in the
says.
book, or is that just like
No, it's tradition. It's like
it's like
early
your
church history type
oral?
thing. Yeah, because he said he didn't deserve to die in the same manner as his Lord, so he made him.
So he thought he'd do the roller coaster version.
He'd be like, whoa!
Okay, and the guy who died after Peter, they did him on a spinning.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Good for you, Peter.
Yeah, good for you, man. I mean, yeah.
Isn't
really,
that like the sign of the Antichrist? Upside down cross?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a sign of the Antichrist, but people definitely like Satanists and all this stuff. They really do that because upside down is insulting for some reason.
Looks like a sword.
Yeah, it looks like a sword, dude. So I know a guy in my church growing up. My friend's dad. He hated the peace sign, the like from the '60s, because he thought the peace sign was
Christian.
a broken cross.
Oh, okay.
He thought that's what it was.
I hate peace.
Because it was like up here, but then the edges like fell down like this. If you're picturing it, 'cause
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
I
one of
see
them, the
it,
two.
but-
He's like, it's a broken cross, and I'm like, I don't know, that's what it is. But anyways,
Maybe it's an apotropaic symbol. I'm trying to insert that word into mine.
apotropaic. Oh, you said that the other day.
Yeah.
What is it?
Patropaic is like a symbol or an idol that wards off evil spirits.
Right. Yes. That's the thing. If it's a symbol to ward off evil spirits, it really should just be the cross. That's really the only apotropaic symbol that should exist. Otherwise, it is itself of the devil. That's what I've decided just now.
Okay, well, I
Take
don't
that to the bank.
I don't really care, so that's fine.
Okay. All right. I guess so.
Pretty deflating when someone just doesn't give a shit.
It's pretty powerful. I think that's another joke that Louis has, where he's just like, people think they can, get you, like ISIS is like we're gonna behead you, and you go, okay,
Yeah.
you just don't care.
I don't
it's
care.
Just like, oh,
Right.
this isn't fun anymore.
Yeah, sawing, not getting the screams.
Right, exactly. Not caring is so powerful and deflating.
It is, but the people who proclaim it the most are the most caring.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. It is.
Do you have that phase of your like adolescence where you're like, I don't care. I don't give a shit.
No.
Really?
No. I mean, there were
Wow.
things that I genuinely didn't care about, but I was never like trying to show to people. Like, yeah, I don't even care. Because it was just like, so it made no sense to me. I was just like, but you do care though. Like, I don't understand the lie behind it. It's the same thing as like when any pop star, generally female, makes a song about how they don't care about their ex anymore. And
like,
then
well,
it
you
goes
wrote a
crazy.
whole
I'm like, well,
song.
you did write a whole song thing about it. So
Yeah.
I feel like you do. So how about maybe we just be honest about that?
Yeah.
How about we like
These
I don't even care
lying
about you
pop
anymore.
stars.
It's like, why? But you do though. Well, I don't understand the lie. I just never understood the lie growing up. So I was just like, if I cared, I said it.
Yeah. I would say most media is not for you. I would say a lot of American life is not for you.
Dude, I got a scathing review from Luke and Frankie on their own pod.
Really?
The Keep on Trucking podcast. No feed on that one. Sorry, guys. But
Oh yeah, sorry.
no feed on the Keep on Trucking. But they were talking about just their past weeks or whatever. And I went to 2 parties with Luke, and one of those Frankie was at. And Luke was like, Josh, terrible party hang, just terrible person to bring to a party. And Frankie was like completely agree. Great diner hang, great coffee, drinks
You're
hang.
a one-on-one guy.
Terrible party hang. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I can't do parties. It doesn't make sense to me. It's too many folks.
Yeah.
Too hard, man.
It's weird. You're like a philosophical introvert. You like, it's not that you're like so much afraid of people or they're draining to you. It's just that you don't, there's some presentation and salesmanship involved in a group bigger than 3 that you don't want to participate in.
It feels like I don't want to talk to people at the party level.
Right.
You know, I don't want to be like, cool, man, everything going all right. You know, it's just like,
I'm great.
Cool, what have you been up to?
Yeah.
And it's just like, all right, man, just seems like I'd like to talk to you about this really instead of at a party where every conversation ends like this too.
Yeah.
Because someone goes, oh, and so the gall of someone just cutting in too at parties, when someone just cuts in to your conversation and then you're just gone now. They're just like, can I just really fast? And then I'm just like, well, all right, I'm never talking to them ever again.
Yeah, they're like,
it's over.
They're usurping it because it's like, okay, finally I found someone I can talk to.
Yeah.
And now you are stealing what I have worked for.
Exactly. And now I just have to go find someone else who I'd like to talk to intimately.
Right.
But that we're not in an intimate setting. You're dressed as an egg.
I would really love that art of like being able to yell at a girl in a bar, of like screaming conversation. I've never understood that the people who like
makes no sense.
Hook up at clubs, how they do that, how they get from like, we are screaming it. I guess it's just, you like scream, you just make noise and dance and get drunk enough. And the next thing you know, you're at your
I'm just picturing two people being like, just two people
happening.
Screaming on their way to the bathroom to have sex. I'm like, how?
I haven't done the sex part because I'm not good at the screaming, but it's like I've done the screaming trying to talk to people and just like,
dude,
I don't know what it takes. Maybe it's just direct. I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to Neil Strauss about it.
Dude, I was talking to someone at a party, at one of those parties, and we were talking in the hallway of the party, and I was like, and there was still too much going on. So then I was like, can we just go outside and talk?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. So it's like we did that. It was just like, why are we trying to make this work right now? It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's an odd, forceful thing.
Yeah, I don't enjoy it. And also, it was a Halloween thing, so everyone was dressed up, and I was not, which I'm very comfortable not being dressed up. But then people are like, "What are you dressed up as?" And I'm like, "Nothing. I don't really do that." And then they're like, "Oh, come on, man!" And it's like, why does this bother you? Just let me not dress up. Who cares?
Yeah,
it shows that you're insecure about the fact that you
just
are
have
dressed
fun.
up.
Just be a part of it.
This is fun for me.
Everybody wants inclusion.
Everyone wants you to have fun the way they want to have fun. If you want to dress up, go ahead, dress up. I won't stop you. But for other people to be like, no, you should dress up. Why do you have to control if I dress up or not? Just let me not dress up. This is more fun for me. Trust me. I'm having more fun.
Because everybody wants to Google Gobble one of us. It's fun to be
Google Gobble?
Google Gobble one of us. Like, you come and do what we're doing.
Yeah, man, it's so funny because obviously I'm the Christian guy and I'm the pusher of this onto people, and then everyone's like, how dare you? I stink.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, how dare you do all of that? And then they're like, wear a costume. And I'm like, I have never yelled at you for the way you live your life ever. I don't think most people. And then the costume thing, everyone's like, all right, this is your God. Wearing a costume is your God, and Halloween's your religion. And I
sexy Patrick is your God. I was trying to think of the funniest Halloween costumes to make sexy. And
Sexy Patrick Star?
Well, I don't know. It's like really like doing like sexy Mussolini or like sexy Mao, because he's not only is he like a murderer, but he's balding. Like
sexy
a girl,
bald.
Sexy Mao. It's funny.
I'm trying to think of sexy bald. Sexy bald is kind of just gay, in my opinion. I'm trying to think of a hot, sexy, straight guy that's bald.
Jason Statham, Vin Diesel.
Yeah, but I don't even know if they're sexy. Jason Statham maybe, but Vin Diesel is just a meathead.
Yeah, he's just kind of a ball. He's kind of what a boy thinks a man's supposed to be.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel is the stereotypical dumb man.
He's what an Italian American boy thinks a man is supposed to be.
Bruce Willis, not currently, but back in the day.
Yeah.
He was a hot, diehard.
Hot bald.
Hot
Ethan Mead.
Bald. Definitely bald.
No, people like him.
I get that, but it's his charm, man. He's such a charming guy.
It's a confidence.
I think his delta of sexiness down here charm off the charts. I think that delta is so attractive. I think that's very attractive to people. For people to be like, this guy's going to be a bummer, and then they meet him and he's so fun.
Sure.
And you're like, oh, and it's the surprise that really brings out the sexiness, you know?
He knocks you off your axis from your expectations.
Oh, 100%. And then you're like, am I blowing this guy right now? This is crazy.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
Right.
Anyways, that happened to me the other day with him. So it was just crazy.
Happens to all of us. Well, let's take a little break from rating our close personal friends who you've never heard of to talk about the Bible.
Yeah, sure. Ethan Mead's got a following on Instagram. Maybe they've heard of him.
Maybe that helps.
Yeah, maybe that helps.
He's never shown his feet, but I doubt it.
Yeah, sorry, probably not your lane. But
so last time we left off, we had just met Balaam and Balak.
Yes.
And Balak wants Balaam to curse the Israelites because he is kind of a famous prophet type guy from Peor. He's from a place that sounds stupid.
Around there.
And so Balak sends people to Balaam to get him to come and do the blessing. And Balaam says, well, I can't say anything that God hasn't told me. So I'll come because I want the money and stuff. But I can't lie.
It doesn't mean I'm going to say what you want me to say necessarily. I'll participate, but...
And so then he goes to wherever place that Balak wants him to hang out at, and he gives him a little ditty of a poem where he's like, yeah, they're gonna fuck you up. The Israelites are going to fuck you up.
Yeah, sorry.
And Balak is like, what the hell? I paid you all this money. And he's like, well, I kind of told you this. And so in like an almost like lady with an oxygen mask on pulling slots in a Vegas casino, he's like, okay, well, let's try again. Let's go to a different place. And then you can give me we can do something else. And then maybe then you can curse them.
This slot machine's broken. We got to go to another one.
We got to go to another slot machine.
That's what happens multiple times. And Balaam...
3 times.
3 times. Oh, is it 3 or is it 4? I thought 3. It was 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Oh, no, he's a final oracle.
There's 2 and then there's a third. There's
first oracle, second oracle, third oracle, then final. Then his final oracle down here. But either way, third and then final. But it starts off.
I'm furious now.
Each of these oracles, Balaam says to Balak, build for me 7 altars and prepare for me here 7 bulls and 7 rams. So Balak does that. And then basically he goes off, and also each of these are in a different geographic location, right? They're not just at the same place
He thought that would help.
Yeah, doing it again. So then,
you know what he could have been doing this entire time? Thinking of some strategy. Yeah, thinking of some defenses.
Something maybe to be like, hey, maybe we undermine them. Maybe we infiltrate.
Maybe we contact Raytheon.
Get some data. And... where is stand beside your burnt offering? And he went up to a bare height, and God met Balaam. So God is interacting with Balaam. It's not like Balaam's making stuff up, unless you're Grant and you think all of this is made up. And then Balaam said to him, I have arranged 7 altars and have offered on each altar a bull and a ram. And the Lord put a word in Balaam's mouth and said, return to Balak, and thus you shall speak. And do you want us to read each of these oracles, or
no?
What do you think? No, okay.
I mean, do you want to?
I think there are a few lines that are interesting.
Go for it.
It says, Balaam basically tells Balak on one, he says, how can I curse whom God has not cursed? How can I denounce whom the Lord has not denounced? From the top of the crags I see him, from the hills I behold him. Behold, a people dwelling alone and not counting itself among the nations. So they are separate from the nations as God intended. Who can count the dust of Jacob or number the 4th part of Israel? Let me die the death of the upright, and let my end be like his. So basically he's like, this is what God told me to say, and if you got to kill me, you can kill me. Mm-hmm. And Balak's like, what the hell?
That sucks.
That's not what we wanted you to. We did the whole offering thing. We did all of this, and Balaam's like, yeah, sorry, my hands are tied here.
And I get that perspective. Like, imagine you go to pay for a movie on Amazon, and you think you're going to watch, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and then just like gay porn comes on.
What the hell?
And you're like,
what the hell?
I did already pay for it.
I will say, if there is a movie that gay porn would just pop up with the same title, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind seems, that could totally be a gay porn title.
Yeah, exactly. A really like meta one.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, good storyline. And then Balak says to Balaam, what have you done to me? I took you to curse my enemies, and behold, you have done nothing but bless them.
Yeah, essentially, what the hell, man?
Yeah, basically. And then he and then he goes, and Balak said to him, please come with me to another place from which you may see them. You shall only see a fraction of them and shall not see them all. So it's like, apparently
it'll be less spooky.
Yeah, he's looking at the people and is like, curse them. And he's like, well, here maybe just as a part of it. Maybe you could curse a little bit of them.
It's really his baby logic.
Yeah, dude, well, no, but it's just like, it's a completely different framework of mind where they're like, well, the gods, and also, I wonder what I'm interested. I didn't read this in my study Bible. I read this in my little travel one. I'm interested in thinking, did Balak think he was going to talk to a different god if he prayed from a different location? Because these polytheists, they're like, well, maybe you prayed to a different god. Maybe a different god will.
It's possible.
Curse them and be on our side.
I looked it up. There's a mention of this Balaam guy from like a document called the Aldier from 8th century
BC.
It's like it predates when other Bible documents were written.
Sweet, that is so cool.
So this might have been like a popular guy. He might have been, but essentially in that piece of text, he's someone who convenes with multiple gods, not just Yahweh. So it could be, you're right, that like he thought he would talk to a different god and get a better deal. Because you used to be able to shop around for gods, but then this god came and did a monopoly, which is bad for competition.
Yeah, he just got huge monopoly. And also, is this the one? Oh, yeah. So this is the one that I was thinking of. So he tries to 7 altars, same all that stuff. And then I'm not going to read the whole thing, but there are points where okay, so in verse 20, by the way, we're in chapter 23 right now of Numbers. In verse 21, this is his second oracle that he's giving to Balak. He says, God has not beheld the misfortune in Jacob, nor has he seen trouble in Israel. The Lord their God is with them, and the shout of a king is among them. God brings them out of Egypt and is for them like the horns of the wild ox. For there is no enchantment against Jacob, no divination against Israel. Now it shall be said of Jacob and Israel, what has God wrought? Behold, a people, as a lioness it rises up, and as a lion it lifts itself. It does not lie down until it has devoured the prey and drunk the blood of the slain. Okay, so this is like God, this is what God is saying about Israel, basically saying this thing rips, it's beautiful, Israel is amazing, there is no, what does it say? He has not beheld misfortune in Jacob, or what's the second line? Nor has he seen trouble in Israel. Okay, what have we been seeing the entire time?
Only
They're
trouble.
like, we're hungry, we can't do all of that. But this is how God speaks of them. Well, that doesn't line up at all with what we've read. Right? So what I think is so cool about that is the fact that God sees who they truly are in their best state and not who they tend to be in like an acting state. You know what I mean? Like he is in love with Israel. You can hear by his description of them to another party what he thinks of them. This is who he thinks of Israel. He thinks they're a lioness coming out of Egypt. They're going to rip everyone apart. They are incredible. Even though we at times from the close look at Israel is like, this is a divided people. They are complaining to God all the time. But despite all of that, God's love for them, this is what that looks like. And it's just kind of a cool thing to think about how God thinks about us. How does he describe us when we're in the midst of our sin and running from God?
But we're not Jews.
No, but we're Christians. I mean, excuse me, I'm a Christian.
Thank you.
But also people, this is how he speaks of the people whom he loves, you know? This is, he looks at us not the way we look at ourselves. He sees us who we truly were meant to be and not just in the pool of garbage that we're swimming in, you know? So it feels very encouraging to me. I think that's fun.
That's good.
He said with no thoughts after. He goes, okay.
That's fine.
All right. You don't have any thoughts about that?
No, I mean, it's just like you can look at that from a bunch of different perspectives because that's very easy for that to be like another way of it being interpreted as like kind of this it's like how you look at the chosen people thing. Do you look at it as this responsibility, like the way you've described it as Ben Shapiro describing it, or do you look at it as like this kind of the same way you like the divine right of kings, like this special people are above all people and they get to do whatever they want because they are better?
Sure. Yeah. I think that scripture would I guess the way I read scripture would be the responsibility thing, but then also through Jesus, that chosenness is spread throughout the nations. It's not just like the Jews anymore, right? Like they were maybe God's chosen people through which Jesus came to earth, but they're not like better than us. Although obviously a ton of Jews think they are. And frankly, functionally, a lot of Jews are better than us. They're pretty smart folks and very funny. So I'm like, I do tend to think that in a lot of ways they're better than us, but not like in a value sense at all. Nor do I think that the Bible says they're better than us in terms of value either. I think it says we're all are created equal. And we have inalienable rights. That's in the Bible. Just mix up the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, I was about to say.
John Hancock signed off on the Bible, by the way. It's at the very end.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like there's an excerpt that there's just excerpts all over the place of things you can take one way and take the other, and we've seen that used in good ways and bad ways throughout history. So it's like I can hear what you're saying and then just do that other thing. Of like,
well, yeah. How does that apply to this passage? I guess
the way you're looking at it, like look at how. Despite all this bad stuff, God still sees them as this
beautiful thing. Yeah.
Is like, I could very easily take that and go like, oh, okay. So like, no matter what, my specific group is priority and we get to do whatever we want.
Okay. So here's what's interesting. I see what you're saying. I think the fact is, and again, I mean, we've talked about this before. I think the fact is I read this through the lens of Jesus, knowing that the way God talks about them is the way he talks about people he loves. It's not just about the Jews. It's not just about Israel.
Yeah.
Right. And they're an example of how God treats those he loves. Like the purpose of Israel was to be the priest of all people to God. So through Israel was how he was going to, they were like how the Levites operate within Israel, the tribe, the mediator. That's how all of Israel was supposed to operate to the nations, right?
Right.
So they were supposed to be the Levites to the nations, and they just messed. They were just so freaking bad. They were so bad at it.
Yeah.
And I think that now those who have the Spirit of God in them, the Holy Spirit, that's like the same thing. And I think Jesus died for all of us. I don't think there is this like separation, right? And also, I don't think I see what you're saying in terms of like, oh, they're the lioness and the Amalekites just we freaking suck or whatever, you know? But also God does speak to people outside of Israel, Balaam here. And then you'll go through the Old Testament, you'll see so many other people who are roped in from outside of the kingdom of Israel.
Sure.
Which I think is really cool too. But I view it through the lens of Jesus, which comes way later. So that just, I think that explains a pretty big difference.
Yeah, but I guess like if you've only read it from the way that I've been reading it chronologically,
sure,
and you are more skeptical about it, like it's very easy to see it as, I mean, this is their history written by them, so there is a lot of opportunity for propagandizing. Like, we are the chosen people. We can have these foibles within our own thing. Here's how we control those.
Sure.
But then externally, we are once again the chosen people, so we get to do what we want.
Yeah, I think that is why the New Testament is so offensive to a lot of Jews.
Totally.
Is because it's basically like, all of that you're saying, which is completely legit, it totally dismantles it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're not that special. Like you are special,
sure,
but you're not that special. This is for the world. This is not for just you guys. And Jews are like, no,
yeah,
you know, because it's like, but I thought, what the hell? I thought we were the chosen folks.
Yeah.
And now it's like, yeah, you were for a purpose, not because you just will always be better than everyone. And it dismantles that. Like I have Messianic Jew friends, and like Jews, strict Jews are nicer to goys and Gentiles than they are to Messianic Jews. Messianic Jews are traitors to their people. They are like outcasts. Like it's bad.
Yeah.
It's like a Muslim interacting with like just a regular non-Muslim. And I'm talking from like a strict Muslim culture, like talking to like a non-Muslim versus talking to someone who left.
Yeah.
It's bad if you're a Messianic
They don't like
Jew.
talking to people who left, right? Isn't that like a punishable by death type thing?
I mean, that can be found all over the place.
Yeah.
In Islam, I mean, the Amish shun. I mean, yeah.
They death shun?
I don't think they death shun. They just shun to the point where you're basically dead. You try and talk to them and you're just like,
who gives a shit?
I'm not interacting with you.
100 followers. I got 100 new friends. I don't need the Amish. I go from being
sure.
Amish to being on social media.
Yeah.
My family, I don't need them.
Yeah, that's true.
I have a Uber account.
Yeah.
I have Venmo.
Venmo's huge.
Oh, we're not going to talk to you anymore. I'll go online. I'll go to
That's
Xbox
fine.
Live.
Yeah, I'll go to Reddit.
I was thinking about because the Amish, they stopped at a certain time because they're not cavemen.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no wheel. Take away the wheel.
Yeah.
Can't use the wheel.
Why
It's
do you guys get
technology.
the wheel?
Yeah.
So I think we should start doing Amish for just our favorite
now.
century. I want to be 90s Amish.
Yeah,
How
dude.
great would 90s Amish
Late
be?
90s Amish. So we
Late
still have the cell
90s
phone a
Amish,
little
yeah.
bit, but not
no 9/11.
car phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. No
Just
9/11.
not acknowledging it, completely forgetting.
Sure. Yeah. Never forget.
Yeah, car
Whoops.
phone. I don't know, some type of community that looks like Florida.
Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, I don't know where they are. They should be here soon, and you just never know.
Right, doing
if they are showing
cocaine,
up,
but
they're
it's
just
pure
gone.
cocaine.
Well, guess they're not showing up, and then you just go and do your day.
Yeah,
Dude, the 90s was. I really wish I was more cognizant in the 90s.
90s Amish.
I wish I was.
I'm trademarking that.
I wish I was in middle school in the 90s.
Yeah,
That would have been awesome. Although I do feel
You
like we
weren't?
didn't. What?
you weren't
No.
old guy,
As in what?
old fucking guy.
Yeah, because of my. Oh, what is it? Because of everything about me?
Yeah, it's because of your sweater and
because of my-
glasses and mustache and mentality and, socks.
and my black socks that are all the way.
Give him a hit.
Hey, wait. Do you want to also? I have these new orthopedic shoes.
Yeah,
Basically, that
exactly.
are so comfy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna need a back brace to shit in 2 days.
dude, they're awesome.
So basically, we've spent a lot of time on Balaam, but
Well, I mean, we had 2 more oracles. I mean, it's basically the same thing.
it's basically the same thing.
Where Balak is again like, do not curse. Oh, this is funny. After the second oracle, Balak says to Balaam, "Do not curse them at all, and do not bless them at all." Did I not tell you?
Neutral.
Just don't.
Can
Okay.
at the very least we go neutral?
Stop talking. And then, but still, and then it says, when Balaam saw that it pleased the Lord to bless Israel, he did not go, as at other times, to look for omens, but set his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes and saw Israel camping tribe by tribe, and the Spirit of God came upon him. Third oracle says another thing that's like, this is all. Yeah, Balaam, son of Beor, not Peor, Beor.
Completely out of frame when you lean forward like that.
Oh, really? Good. I've been that way a lot this episode. Okay. So, Beor, and then basically he just goes, "Yep, these guys are awesome. These are fantastic." Then Balak, who didn't ask him to do that, Balak literally said, "Hey, shut up, stop talking," and Balaam did it anyways. Balak's anger was kindled against Balaam, and he struck his hands together. Yeah, I guess I could do that. And Balak said to Balaam, "I called you to curse my enemies, and behold, you have blessed them these 3 times. Therefore, now flee to your own place. I said, I will certainly honor you, but the Lord has held you back from honor." Basically being like, I was going to give you stuff, but God is not letting you have it. So like blaming God
Oh, nice.
for his own. And then like, you were going to be rich, but because God told you this stuff, now you're not going to be. As if like Balaam's going to get mad at God. And then Balaam says to Balak, "Did I not tell your messengers whom you sent to me? If Balak should give me his house full of silver and gold, I would not be able to go beyond the word of the Lord to do either good or bad of my own will. What the Lord speaks, that I will speak." Yeah, exactly. Just feels so hardcore. And then Balaam says one more final oracle, which is basically just reiterating kind of what has been said. Israel rocks. Everyone else is going to.
Yeah, and then he
creamed.
gets specific.
Yeah.
This place is going to get fucked up. Edom and
Amalek.
Amalek.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they're all going down. So, yeah. And basically, that happens. Like, they just he says this, and we just assume all that happens, right?
Well, yeah, I think that's covered. That's covered like later in Numbers and like Deuteronomy and stuff like that.
Okay. So then we get a little bit of a reprieve from the Balaam Balak. Well, really, it's done.
Yeah.
And we get a little callback to Baal. Anybody remember Baal?
Baal. He's like the bad god that everyone worships. The child sacrifice, no good fella.
Right.
Yeah. Do you want to cover this part or no?
So they are in my favoritely named village or town so far. They are in Shittim, and they're worshiping Baal in Shittim, and
Balls.
They're worshiping Baals in Shittim. Well, really, they're whoring in Shittim.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Israelites, not all of them, but a lot of them are starting to whore up with the people of Shittim.
Yeah.
And the whores of Shittim. And this is not good. And this part, well, we'll just go through it. So while they lived in Shittim, they began to whore with the daughters of the Moab in this big region that they're in. And as they start to intermix and whore and have fun together, they also start to once again worship the gods of this area.
The land that they're in, yeah.
Yeah. And so God does what he does best. He goes, plague. You're getting a plague.
Plagued.
You get a plague. You get a plague. They start plaguing everybody. And one of Aaron's grandchildren, Phineas and Ferb, goes and sees a Israelite about to do the dirty with a Midianite slut.
That's right.
And he stabs both of them through the heart with a spear.
Yeah. Just goes to their tent.
As a reward for killing them, he gets a sign of peace and eternal priesthood.
Which one is this at? Is this at Pierce? Oh yeah, Pierce. This is verse. We're in chapter 25, by the way. I know you're following along. Yeah, and went after the man of Israel into the chamber and pierced both of them, the man of Israel and the woman, through her belly. Thus the plague on the people of Israel was stopped. Nevertheless, I mean, here's the thing: pierced them both through the belly. I mean, they're on top of each other. Something's going on.
Oh, you think
they're mid intercourse.
He got a kill, like a double kill.
Yeah. Pierce them both. That's how I picture it. He goes in, they're on top of each other. Something's going on. Nothing too complicated, I wouldn't imagine.
Right.
And then they're just wham, and then they just got him. Double kill, one spear.
Yep.
Nevertheless, those who died by the plague were 24,000. So,
yes. But that stops the plague.
Yeah.
So this is interesting because I was wondering
the emergency off switch. It's like there's an air raid going,
kill a prostitute! Someone kill a prostitute!
And then and they're like, whoo.
What this means is if someone would have killed Trump and Stormy Daniels, we could have avoided COVID.
Someone went in with a spear.
If someone had had the zeal of Phineas against them, we would have missed out on the Kung Flu, as he called it.
Also, Stormy wouldn't be taking up spots at comedy clubs, selling out.
Is she doing
rooms.
comedy?
Didn't you hear about that? She was like doing a small tour or whatever.
Wow, what an art form that we have.
I know, truly.
That's where like the Rodney Dangerfield no respect comes from, is like because it really is the most disrespectful, and it doesn't deserve it. But.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So this was interesting to me because there's the sixth commandment of thou shalt not kill, which is really thou shalt not murder.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times that we've seen people die so far when it's been justified, God is doing it, and this is someone taking it into their own hands, and it is. This is where you could read this and go, well, okay, whenever I feel like I'm in line with God's jealousy, I could just kill someone. This is where the Talmud kind of comes in, which I think is interesting that you have, so that you have the Word of God, the Torah, and then you have the continued process of interpreting the Word of God, which is the Talmud. And the Talmud basically says like, this is a murder mulligan. This is a one-time thing. You're supposed to look at this and go, okay, that happened, and he was rewarded for it, but it's not repeated. This idea of interceding on your own and killing people.
Right. That's something that we would talk about on the Christian Protestant side, is the difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary.
Sure.
So it's like, is this ordinary practice or is this an extraordinary circumstance?
Yeah.
And
because God does not tell him to do this.
No.
He just does it.
Well, although he will say earlier, he does say, take all the chiefs of the people and hang them in the sun before the Lord, that the fierce anger of the Lord may turn away from Israel.
Sure.
Each of you kill those of his men whom have yoked themselves to the Baal of Peor. So basically, this guy who's coming in,
it's like a general.
He has yoked himself to the Baal of Peor by having a woman of Peor, a Midianite woman, with that Baal. So he is kind of like, well, he told me to kill him. I'm not going to wait for him to be.
This guy's in Shittim, yoking himself with the Baal of Peor.
Yeah, exactly, with Peor.
I wonder why people don't believe this stuff.
Hey, yoking's a real word, okay? It's a real thing.
Yeah.
And so anyways, this guy is following, it seems like probably, I bet like this is the most extreme story of the killing. And they're like, we got to put this one in. This one's not.
This is just the coolest one.
Yeah, this is like the coolest story.
Yeah, because there probably was a bunch of other people who just got hanged as was prescribed right beforehand.
Yeah, exactly. Like these people who, and it is like justice and things of that nature. Like it was brutal back then. It was like, you got to die. You got to be killed to stop this infestation of other beliefs, other gods into our kingdom, you know? And it is like really harsh. It's intense, and people obviously don't like that, which is also, again, when you read it through the lens of Jesus, is like the changing of all of this, which allows mercy and forgiveness and not just outright
and whoring
death. I mean, it's allowed in the sense that you can do it, you might not die. Is it what's good for you? No, but the Lord has forgiveness and reconciliation and things of that nature. So
yeah,
you can. There's a road back through Jesus,
but you can do it.
Yeah, but if you love God, you wouldn't.
Right.
Stop whoring.
But if you don't, go for it.
But if you don't love God, yeah, I mean that would make sense why you would.
If you're not going to love God, you might as well be whoring.
Yeah, I think it'll make your life worse, but you
got to test it out.
You got to try and see.
And then we get, and I know you guys were looking forward to this. After all that fun killing and story and hallucinogenic donkey interspecies dialogue, we get to what really is why you come to episodes like this.
Yes.
Why you show up to call him Father.
This is why you're here.
It's not for us talking about our personal lives you couldn't give a fuck about.
No.
It's not even our feet.
It's not even.
It's not even our feet.
Don't pretend like you're jerking off to our feet. You're jerking off to
Numbers 26, a census, another census.
Census.
How many J's are there?
How many folks we got going on that are above 20 and of fighting capacity?
And by the way, Phineas killing 2 human beings for their sluttery, that's about 3 paragraphs. The census of a new generation, man, we're getting into they should do a census of how many fucking censuses there are in this goddamn portion.
I guarantee you they got.
Are there any census in the New Testament?
There are genealogies, but there are not census. There are 2 genealogies in Matthew.
Boy, am I looking forward to that.
In Matthew and in Luke.
Maybe that's why Christianity took off, is because they just didn't have to read
not
a bunch
as much
of Excel tables.
Sure. Yeah. Honestly, if you put this in an Excel table, if I were to make like an accessible Bible, I would put this all into an Excel and then just screenshot that and put it into the scripture to be like, this is an easier way to understand.
You should do that.
And you just have the total at the bottom.
The Josh Creedon study Bible.
Yeah, for sure. Just for the genealogies, be like, all right, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, a nice family tree type situation.
Sure. Yeah.
The way they do like the Victorian ones with all
the marriages, yeah. Well, there are a lot of those, dude, on YouTube. They have like the genealogies and all of that stuff. And the sense they're really cool to watch.
I'm using that to find out about Stephen Paddock and the Las Vegas shooting. That's what I'm using my YouTube time for.
Was that the guy who shot up the country?
Yeah.
The country?
Allegedly.
50 people.
60.
60 people?
Yeah. 64, I think.
That's the biggest in American
history, right? 400 injured.
Wow, that's crazy. That is a really big. Wait, you're saying allegedly? You don't think he did it?
A lot of people don't think he did it.
Whoa.
Or don't think he did all of it.
Who are they saying else did it? Some sort of
It's like a false flag, like a government thing to. I don't know what the cui bono is, like what their objective is.
It's called Quiznos.
That's what. Okay, really aggressive, really angry. I'm really angry at you. But I think it's probably like, because I think the thing was he used bump fire stocks, and they wanted to outlaw bump fire stocks, which allow you to shoot at a very high fire rate, but are not.
So they wanted to outlaw that, so then they staged that shooting so that it'd be like, look, this is why we should outlaw this.
Exactly.
Very interesting.
That's probably one brand of it. I don't know what I have to keep watching YouTube.
I was on stage yesterday talking about how Hitler killed himself, and then 2 different people in the crowd at the same time said, allegedly.
What?
And I was like, what?
What's that? Did you look into that?
I was like, huh, allegedly?
Yeah.
And then they both were like, yeah, or he flew to Argentina. And then I was like, oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I know that one. I thought it was going to be a new thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Argentina. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Damn, that's so, I was talking to someone about this a couple days ago, but conspiracy theories are like ice cream. It's like every once in a while,
pretty
you
fun.
Eat a little bit, you go, ooh, ooh, that's good.
Right.
But you can't eat it every day or you'll get holes in your teeth and or brain.
Well, I am the Alex Jones of ice cream because I am eating ice cream every day.
Are you really? I didn't know you're
yeah.
a conspiracy pig.
No. I'm with ice cream. Literally with ice cream.
Oh, you're the Alex
I'm
Jones,
Alex Jones of ice cream.
Oh, you're the
I have ice cream every day. Okay. Conspiracy theories, right. I don't partake in.
That is the least interesting way of twisting that. It's just being
Look at my sweater. Look at my sweater.
Yeah, you're the oldest guy on earth. The daughters of Zelophehad, we'll end with that because it is kind of interesting. Basically, after the census,
I love this.
Do you want to say anything about the census?
Wait, well, let's end up with how many folks that they claim that there are.
600,000?
Yeah, 601,730, and not a single person, more or less.
I like it always even
Yeah,
numbers.
it's always a nice, round number. Yeah, and that's of men who could fight. So that's how many. So people under 20 and women, let's just assume the real number is closer to like 1.5 or something like that, milli.
Yeah.
Does that seem like a fair adjustment?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And then this is actually an interesting chapter because it is
chapter 27.
Chapter 27, the daughters of Zelophehad. You got a whack at that pronunciation?
Zelophehad, yeah.
Zelophehad.
Yeah.
These bitches.
Come on,
4 of them. There's inheritance is decided by the census that was just taken. So all these people, the inheritance that they will have of the land when they get there is determined by the size of their numbers of their tribes. So that's what part of that census was determining the inheritance of the land. The Levites will get none of it.
Yeah, Levites
because they don't get inheritance. They get all the food and the money, but they don't get land inheritance.
Oh, also, I think that final number is not including Levites too.
Yeah, that also is not including Levites because they don't get inheritance again.
Right.
But then comes a exception, which is the way that inheritance would be passed down is from sons or from fathers to sons. That's the way everybody gets it. That's how it always has been. Firstborn son gets all the candy. But this guy, who gives a fuck what his name is, Zelophehad, he died. He had no sons. He had 4 daughters. So the daughters come to Moses and say, hey, this isn't fair. He had no sons. His name and inheritance shouldn't die with him, so we should get it. And Moses talks to God, and God's like, yeah, that makes sense. And so then it's passed down this way. If no sons, daughters. If no daughters, brother of guy who just died. Brother of guy who just died. If no that, I forgot. But
grandpa, dad's brother's
kids. Okay, so
cousins.
You just work your way back up the family tree. But this is again for this time pretty insane that daughters are next in line.
Right, pretty nuts that 4 of them went up and were like, "Hey, can we have this?" And then the guy was like, "Yeah, totally,
sure."
That is a completely nuts. Yeah, let me see. Oh, well, we can end with that. Yeah. And if he has no daughter, then you shall give his inheritance to his brothers. No brothers, give inheritance to his father's brothers. If his father has no brothers, you should give his inheritance to the nearest kinsman of his clan. Just find somebody.
Yeah.
I at that point, I don't know what the hell's going on with them.
Yeah.
Maybe they're supposed to their name's supposed to be blotted out if you don't have folks like that.
Right. Maybe that's the end of the line.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't have a brother second time removed. This guy's a loser. Yeah, he's being shunned.
Yeah. And so, I think that's a really big statement as to the value that women played in the culture, which again, doesn't seem, compared to today, does not necessarily seem like it's held in that high esteem, but relative to the time, completely crazy.
Pretty huge. Got to give respect. And then, big thing, Josh, I didn't read this part. You want to break it down for me, baby?
Joshua is to succeed Moses. So this is basically just saying, all right, who's next in line once Moses dies? Aaron's dead. Miriam's dead. Moses, pretty old at this point. They've been wandering around. He was 80 when he was called back to Egypt. They've been out.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. I mean,
he's 103 years old.
He's pretty old. Well, he's been wandering for a bit. I don't know how deep into the wandering they are right now, but like they're within the 40 years of wandering.
There should be a year count.
He's close to
throughout every page.
He's probably around 100 or something right now. So they're like, all right, who's going to take over on this fellow's kicks it? And then basically they go up to the mountain, and then the Lord shows him that Joshua, the son of Nun, is going to the man who takes over. So the Lord said to Moses, take Joshua the son of Nun, a man in whom is the Spirit, and lay your hand on him. This idea of the Spirit
Molest
being
him.
Yes, no molestar. I think this idea of in whom is the Spirit. In the Old Testament, the Spirit is not necessarily present in everyone. We were just talking about this in small group on Tuesday. The Holy Spirit, who is now present and within Christians, seems like a rare commodity back in the day. Not everyone has the Spirit in them, but Joshua has the Spirit inside of him. How that's determined or doled out, who can say? But it does show that this person is different because the Spirit is in them. And also points to the Trinitarian nature of God and all of this stuff. So yeah, basically this is just saying lay on your hands, and then the son of Aaron, who's now the high priest, lays his hands on Joshua, blesses him, and basically everyone's like, all right, that's going to be our guy once Moses has kicked it. And that's kind of that's where that's at. Then we come to 28. And that one's really exciting. So you're gonna want to watch next week.
That's right. We're not even going to tell you what that is.
No way. And if you're following along with us, don't even look at 28.
Don't even look at 28.
Yeah.
Putting the bookmark in
and just closing it. Close it
because we're so excited for next time.
Man, it's just jumping open basically.
It's not, by the way, don't even think that it's like a law based.
No, it's nothing
annoying
like
fucking
all
way
of
too
Leviticus
detailed thing
that we don't have to do
because it's
anymore.
not. It's actually.
It's like a bunch of battles. And
yeah.
war and,
so you're gonna have to watch next week.
Next week. Tune in next week for another episode of
Call Him Father. Wow, I feel like that's the first time you've ever done that.
Yeah, it's not really my role here. I feel like secretly
you're right.
you're
I'm
the
more the
one
leader.
leading, and I'm just here.